책, 성경 관련 책이 아닌 일반 책을 전부 제안 한번 연속 읽어보겠습니다. 4 Steps to Building Your Future. Originally, I wrote the Me 2.0 because I witnessed a sudden change in the recruitment system, from applying for jobs to having jobs that find you. By reading this book, you've made a commitment to your brand and your future. I hope you heed this advice, use the book as a reference, and share your copy with a friend. Different, escaping the competitive herd. The competitive herd critic. The herd instinct. As a teacher, when you refuse to put a box around some abstract vision of achievement, when you refuse to impose a measuring tape against which that achievement can be measured, you are in many ways coaxing your students to constructively rebel. You are encouraging them to consider the meaning of excellence absent the authority of an exogenous metric, and you are giving them license to surprise you, and perhaps even surprise themselves with what they come up with. Persuasive presentation, inspire action, engage the audience, sell your ideas. Section 1, Audience. Designing a presentation without an audience in mind is like writing a love letter and addressing it to whom it may concern. Understand the audience power. Give the hero a special gift. Give people insight that will improve their lives. Perhaps you introduce senior managers and your company to exciting new ways to compete in the marketplace. Or maybe you show a room full of potential clients, then you can save them money and time. Room full. The brain that changes itself. Stories of personal triumph from the frontiers of brain science. Because a new word is useful for those who do a new thing, I call the practitioners of this new science of changing brains neuroplasticians. What follows is the story of my encounters with them and the patients they have transformed. Effort. The ocean is made of drops. A genius is just a talented person who does his homework. People do not lack strength, they lack the will. Pain is temporary, quitting lasted forever. Genius is nothing but a great capacity for patience. It's hard to beat a person who never gives up. The merit of an action lies in finishing it to the end. Our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Fortune favors the prepared mind. The road to success is always under construction. The future depends on what we do in the present. There is no great genius without some touch of madness. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. The soulmate experience, a practical guide to creating extraordinary relationships. Loving your body, loving your body. We sabotage our self-image when we mentally dissect ourselves and find fault with the individual pieces. Limitless mind, learn, lead, and live without the barriers, without the barriers. Why we should love mistake, struggle, and even failure. We now know that our brains grow and change all the time. We also just learned that making mistakes and struggling lead to improved learning and growth. Together, these two key liberate us from the fixed brain myths that permeate so much of the world we live in. When people realize they can learn anything and the struggle is a sign of something positive, they learn differently, more positively, and also interact differently. Instead of thinking that they have to know everything, people become open to being vulnerable and to sharing uncertainty. This helps them contribute ideas in meetings instead of worrying that they will be found out for not knowing everything. This change is freeing and liberating. How to ignite love at first sight. But researchers have ascertained that everybody is an I person. When you were a teenager being reluctantly or otherwise introduced to strangers, your parents probably told you, look right into their eye. Look right into their eyes. And then they would tell you in no uncertain terms that any of the aforementioned anatomical location was strictly off limits. Reboot to your business, reboot to your life. Your future depends on it. Embracing the next. From purgatory to heaven, what can we expect at the next? The next, number one, hacker culture everywhere. What the world needs now is more hackers. Do you think that traditional mass media companies are really going to invent the future of media? It doesn't look good for them. The Huffington Post is often cited as one of the great disruptors of traditional journalism and the media, but in truth is more ideologically aligned with the culture of hacking than it is with the evolution of journalism. 허가들이. Hacking is quickly moving beyond the dorm rooms and the garages of keeners trying to change the world. If you, the business leader, don't start pulling up your socks and embracing technology, innovation, hacker culture, and startup culture, we are going to set our industries on a course of extinction. The new climate war, the fight to take back our planet. The climate wars. There's no war that will end all wars. When the rich wage war, it is the poor who die. The forces of inaction, that is fossil fuel interest, and those doing their bidding, have a single goal: inaction. We might henceforth call them inactivists. Yeah, they come in various forms. The most hardcore contingent, the deniers, are, as you have seen, in the process of going extinct, though there is still a remnant population of them, hardcore. Heal your body, heal your body. This baby now begins a joyous and wondrous new life. All is well. Every experience is perfect for our growth process. I am at peace with where I am. I forgive myself and I love myself now and forevermore. Always day one, how the tech titans plan to stay on top forever. Always day one, introduction. This book, I believe, arrived at a transformative moment, one in which the fundamentals of work, leadership, and the overall business world are shifting. Avoid retirement and stay alive. The new retirement and the revolution. What we are all about. Avoid retirement and stay alive. Retirement will last for decades, not a few short years as was once the case. Perception is reality. Surf the wave of the opportunity rather than be submerged by it. Most every crisis has a misconception at its core. Attitudes is everything. Crises won't go away just because you want them to. Banish the word retirement from your vocabulary. Wow. real age. Are you as young as you can be? Getting younger for life. What would you do if I gave you $100? Your real age is an estimation of your age in biological terms, not chronologic years. Longer lives don't mean much if they aren't active lives. That is what real age is all about, making simple decisions in our day-to-day lives that will stave off the biologic aging process that make our old age feel old. You can be happy no matter what. 5 principles for keeping life in perspective. The principles of moods. Time cools, time clarifies. No mood can be maintained quite unaltered through the course of hours. Don't try to solve your problems in a low mood. How many times have you heard yourself say that wasn't like me, or that couldn't have been me talking? I lost my head. That's the good news and the bad news about this the common tendency. The bad news is that it was you talking, just it has been in the past, and that it always will be when you lose your perspective in the future. The good news is that it was only you in a low mood. It was low mood talking. Had your mood level been higher, your circumstances would have looked completely different, and you would have behaved differently. The age of agile, how smart companies are transforming the way work gets done. This book answers the 3 simple questions. How do organizations flourish in a VUCA world where the customer is in charge of the marketplace? Why has embracing this new way of running organization become a necessity? What can leaders at all levels of the society do to create a more energizing, prosperous, and a meaningful mode of working and living? Make luck happen. Create an effective, consistently lucky person who practice leadership through structured problem solving. Part 1. A call for effective leadership and good citizenship. Chapter 1. The protocols of problem solving. Strategy. Never worry about deciding on your strategy. The implication of combining the analysis with your goals will suggest your strategy. Change your brain, change your life. The breakthrough program for conquering anxiety, depression, obsessiveness, anger, and the impulsiveness. For those who have eyes, let them see. Images into the mind. The advancement of computer technology also allowed for improved data acquisition from the multi-handed system. Be prepared to climb from peak to peak. Winning is not sometimes thing. It's an all the time thing. Action exercise. Keep reminding yourself that everything in your life moves in cycle and trends. Be calm, confident, and relaxed with short-term fluctuation in your fortune. When you have clear goals and plans that you are working on every day, the general trend line of your life will tend to be the onward and upward over the years. Using emotional energy is what's behind the one you are saying that speak the loudest. How then do you maintain yours and others' self-esteem? Be clear, honest, open, and prompt to say what you will do and what you want others to do. Accept any undesirable response or reaction for the time being. Turn up the emotional energy effort. Sleep apnea. Obstructive sleep apnea, a condition associated with the loud snoring, stopping breathing entirely for brief periods, many times during the night, and chronic tiredness can cause cognitive impairment. Sleep apnea. Smoking. Cigarette smoking accounts for 12% of all the stroke in the United States and is therefore a major risk factor for dementia. Smoking is also a risk for lung, stomach, and bladder cancer, hypertension, and heart disease. Nicotine constricts small blood vessels in all the organs of the body, including the brain, and prematurely ages everything. How to use the world edge of financial classroom. This is a crucial chapter, so I've divided it into two sections. To start, I'll show you how to work with your child to utilize the time and experience you already share. Then I'll talk about consumerism, how to be a better consumer, and the very important concept of relative value, which enable a consumer of any age to make better buying decisions. How parents inadvertently teach the children. Here's another example. Do you wait until the needle on your gas gauge is on empty, or do you try and fill up at the half-empty mark? Do you buy a new car every year or two, or do you wait until the automobile is severely disabled before looking at new ones? Be who you are. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. 100 ways to motivate yourself. Change your life forever. "100 ways." 1. Get on your deathbed. Stay hungry. Tell yourself a true lie. Keep your eyes on the prize. Learn to sweat in peace. Simplify your life. Look for the lost gold. Push all your own buttons. Build a track record. Welcome the unexpected. Most people do not see themselves as being creative, but we all are. Most people say, my sister the creative, she paints, or my father the creative, he sings and writes music. We miss the point that we are all creative. Aging well. Does wisdom increase with age? Put differently, over time the mature person evolves the ability to tolerate and to hold a strong emotion in consciousness. He or she learns to differentiate, to modulate, but never to ignore the passion. Most readers might agree that such evidence of wisdom abound in most of the successful lives in this book. But then, as Paul reminds us, there are as many definitions of wisdom as people trying to measure it. What matters now? How to win in a world of relentless change, ferocious competition, and unstoppable innovation. The company was founded in 1970 as a tomato trucking operation by C, then an MBA student at UCLA. 41 years later, Looper is still Morningstar's president. Body mind. Here in condensed form is an example of Feldenkrais body mind exercise. Stand with your right arm extended straight out in front of you at shoulder level. Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world. Those that are afraid of bad luck will never know good. Managing your mouth. In the event that one passes it on to another, the source of the information will forever remain obscure. Mastering the art of quitting. Why it matters in life, love, and the work. focusing on task implementation. Writing steps down will allow you to judge whether your strategies are realistic. Under the hood, fire up and fine-tune your employee culture. Now you love this, it says. The communication problem solver. Simple tools and technique for busy managers. Benefits to the organization. The entire organization benefits when its managers coach the employees. The power of one more. The ultimate guide to happiness and success. In other words, dictate the terms of your day, or your day will dictate those terms for you. Blind spot. Why we fail to do what's right and what to do about it. Do more greater work. Stop the busy work and start the work that matters. The zigzag principle. The road to success is never a straight line. The goal-setting strategy that will revolutionize your business and your life. Why people fail. The 16 obstacles to success and how you can overcome them. The most important thing. Uncommon sense for the thoughtful investor. Speak like a CEO, secret for commanding attention and getting results. Strategies of the Serengeti, where having the right strategy is a matter of life and death. Expert, understanding the path to mastery. Stop white people like a time to build. From family and community to Congress and the campus, how recommitting to our institution can revive the American dream. How to build self-discipline, resist temptation, and reach your long-term goals. Status quo biases is a preference to keep things as they are. Playing to win, how strategy really works. Create your own future, how to master the 12 critical factors of unlimited success.